Hello, BTBEers. Welcome to vision boards. So vision boards are a way that I have always utilized to visualize my success. You know, it's one thing to set intentions and write yourself letters like we've done in the previous activities, but this is one way that I feel you can really super visualize. You can make a vision board, whether you use cork board with just push pins or you get a canvas like I do and Mod Podge, words and pictures on. This is one of the very first vision boards that I made. So you can see on here, I have some yoga stuff, Kundalini's Queen. I have, this is yours. What we practice, we become, never give up, strong. I put a quote on here. I take pleasure in my transformations. I look quiet and consistent, but few know how many women there are in me. And for me, that was a quote that spoke to me on many levels because it was about putting my head down, getting to work, and not worrying about what other people think or say. And then I have on here, persist. I also had, somebody doing a back bend on top of a little bug in a field of flowers. I put on here transcending trauma. I've shared before, possibly in some of the other videos, we had a lot of things had happened when I made this vision board. My daughter had left home to go and live with her biological father, and it was really, really difficult for me and for Dan as well. And I had also been through a lot of trauma in my past. As a child, I was sexually and physically abused by somebody that I really loved and trusted. And during my teen years, I got into a lot of trouble. And so for me, I kind of wanted to take hold of this and really gain control of my emotions and really heal my past in a way that I could move forward without feeling sucked back into those old traumas. So that was really important to me as well. I put on here spiritual teacher. The need for change bulldozed a road down the center of my mind. Sixth sense, I put a thing about mornings on here because I really wanted to become more of a morning person. I never used to wake up, before 10, 11. Like it just wasn't going to happen. My days were, my nights were my days. And I felt like I could create at nighttime, but it was really, really inhibiting how involved I was in my children's lives. And for me and Dan to be able to work together, his work is done during the day. So that was something I wanted to transform. So right after I made that vision board, at the time I wasn't practicing yoga anymore. I wasn't very spiritual. I was just kind of in a rut. So a few months later, I ended up signing up for yoga teacher training. I became a yoga teacher, a spiritual teacher. I was coaching people and helping people. So it was really funny how things shifted. And I started waking up in the mornings. I'm not a 4 or 5 a.m.er, but I'm definitely waking up several hours earlier and being much more productive with my time. Another example of a vision board is this massive one I made. So I buy these canvases from my Michaels. If you have a craft store, usually they'll have a sale where you can buy so many, in a bulk pack. So I actually threw a party, invited friends over, told everybody to bring whatever magazines they had. It didn't matter as long as there were pictures and words we could cut out to use. And I set up big long tables. Everybody brought their kids. The kids played. Some of them made vision boards themselves. And this is one I made. So on here, you'll see I did Paris in big letters. I wanted to go to Paris. I have some stuff over here about having a page-turning career, being in Oprah's book club, writing a remarkable novel, having really restful nights. I realize this is probably backwards for you guys, but you get the gist, right? Still doing yoga, feeling beautiful, just having the feeling of being beautiful, not just, physically trying to be beautiful, but this is one of my favorite singers, Lana Del Rey. And I just wanted to emulate her style. I really liked it. Same with, you'll see Joan from Mad Men. I love her and I love her style. I have Declutter Your Life and my year to shine, getting healthy, looking amazing, and just really transforming my life. So what ended up happening is, I did get organized. I love to organize things and get the house in a state where it feels like we're not cluttered. And so I did get organized. I went to Paris about, I think it was like 4 or 5 months after I made that vision board. Dan gifted me with a trip to Paris. I've always wanted to go. So it was really, really cool. And this one I made as well. This one's all to do with my book. I'm a writer. And so I'm writing a memoir. So I took things that I felt were things that I wanted to happen with it. So just saying that it was an award winner, it got in the Indigo Spotlight, New York Times bestseller, 6-figure book deal. She made her name with a memoir that captivated the world and cemented her place in literary history. Then she wrote another. This was a phrase that I put here below a photograph of Paris, which is kind of funny because I did go to Paris, because I didn't want to write just one book, and I don't want to be just a one-hit wonder. I want to write for the rest of my life. So I've really set this up so that every morning I see these when I wake up. So I put them in my room and I refer to them all the time. So I really feel that vision boarding for me gives me a great visual. And you can do a board on Pinterest as well. I have one on there I call A Charmed Life. So I put, pictures of dream houses, vacations, whatever it is that I see for us in the future and things that I want to manifest. And so one of the things that, I feel like it's a term that gets thrown around a lot and a lot of people don't know what it really means. Manifesting is when you want to make something come true. You want to make something happen. And so you want to manifest it into being. So you focus on it. So Paris, for example, I hyper-focused. I took French lessons. I read every book on Paris. I was immersed in Parisian culture and articles. And I pinned everything about Paris on a pin board on Pinterest. And so it became like something that I wanted to learn everything about, so that I became an expert on Paris. And then it manifested itself into being. We just worked really hard, saved our money, and Dan got me the trip. And then when it comes to my book, I've learned everything I can about writing, publishing, editing. I've taken courses. I've gone to conferences. I've connected with tons of famous authors. I started a podcast and started interviewing authors. So I've really made manifesting as a part of my vision board process, and that to me helps me focus on success. So where you want to focus your success on is that you want to have a really amazing month ahead of you and you want to focus on your goals. So you can make a vision board whether you use a cork pin board or you do it on a canvas like I did with Mod Podge, or you can do it on Pinterest. I'd love for you to share it below in the comments and show us what sort of visualization you have for the next few weeks while you're spending this time with us. And feel free to make long-term goals as well. My vision boards sometimes contain content that it's obviously going to take a couple of years for the book thing to happen, but it's in the process. So it's already going to agents that are excited about it, that they're anxious to see it. So, things happen over time. So don't feel like it has to be 30 days only, but definitely come up with a vision. What do you want to see that's successful in your life? How do you want to look? How do you want to feel? How do you, what do you want to fix that needs fixing? Or what do you want to improve? You can pin physique photographs. You can pin meals that you want to learn how to make. Whatever feels right for you. Your vision board has to have your vision on it, and it has to be something that you can look at every day and remind yourself, that's the goal. That's the goal, and that's what I'm working for. And that's why I get up every day and hustle my ass off to become a best-selling writer, because I'm not going to stop until I am. And even when I am, I'm going to keep going because I want to keep making bestsellers. So hopefully you've enjoyed this quick little video. Please share your Pinterest board or your vision board that you create down below in the comments. I'm really looking forward to seeing them. Have a great day, guys.